Hello everybody. Welcome to video 2, bringing your Christmas list to life with Keisha Clark and Alan Jones. And I'm Alan Jones. In case you haven't
I'm Keisha Clark.
He has the gorgeous red head, and I have the kind of no hair. Actually, it's not true. I just have very short hair.
You're the sexy bun.
How are you getting on? So you got your list. So here we are today.
Yeah, video number 2 for anybody. If this is your first time seeing these videos, this is video number 2 in this series that we're playing with called "Bringing Your Christmas List to Life." Yeah. And if you know nothing about it, please go to Choosing Beyond Beyond in Facebook. I believe you can find the link below this video to go to the Facebook page, and you can read up on the backstory. This is an adventure we're playing with to actually bring our Christmas list to life. You don't have to be celebrating Christmas literally to play. It could be any list. It could bring your wish list to life. It's just part of the fun we're playing with of the holiday season. But this is all about getting into how much fun can we have asking for what we truly desire and being willing to receive it. Yes. So, without further ado.
Without further ado, let's crack on in. So, oh, and by the way, just in case you're wondering whether Keisha and I do change our clothes, we do. We just happen to be today recording 2 videos, one after another.
Double shot. Mm-hmm.
We're not that smelly. Well, we might be smelly, but
we might be,
because this is not smelly.
Part of the beauty of video, you know.
Yeah, you can't smell us. Aren't you lucky? How did you get so lucky not to smell me? So with the whole Christmas wish list, however you want to describe it, let's kind of pick up with that, because it can be very easy to get caught up in the how. And overthinking it, because that's what we're brought up with. I need to know how. Mm-hmm. So, we gave you a tool last time, which was just stop, and then just take a breath, and then, just kind of let it all go. Just let it all go. Breathe it away. And then we can start to ask some questions. So, like, what's it going to take for this to show up? What else is required right now? Who else can I speak to today? What else can I create today? Where can I go today that will help to create this? And, one of my favorite tools that I love to use all the time is Universe Show Me.
Yes.
And you can, right. And there's just that, immediately as I do that, the energy just goes, woof. And Universe, show me who I can talk to today. Universe, show me what else is required today. Universe, show me what else I can be and do today to actualize this, to create this with these. Universe, show me where I can play today. And, and so what we're going to do, we are going to create a PDF with some questions that you can play with. You don't have to use them. You can use your own. It's fine. It's just in case, it's just to give you a rough kind of play guide to things that you can ask. Universe, show me what magic I can be today.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And for some of us who might not be in the practice of asking questions, this can be really a great support device, if you will. If you're willing to get the PDF, or if you're willing to, like, I write my questions on whiteboards, because I have a couple of, like 2x2 or 2x3 sized whiteboards that I can tote around and play with when I'm in process and creation and stuff. And I write my questions out on those. One, because I like the act of writing the question down. So I have my list of questions that I play with, very similar to, and many of the questions we've just gone over, or that Alan has just presented. If you will even just read them from the page each morning or a few times a day, I find that I resort to my whiteboard, and I'm looking over here because it's right here, a number of times throughout the day. And part of that, what we talked about in the first video, was when we so quickly trigger into going into the figuring out, this tool comes in so handy. Is go to that PDF document, go to the whiteboard, go to wherever it is you've got them written down, pull it up on your phone, your tablet, however it can work for you. If those moments you will choose to pull up your questions, even if you're just reading them aloud with like not a whole lot of feeling, it still does something to shift the energy. Mm-hmm. And we are playing with staying in the energy of the asking and the curiosity and the desire, because what we are aware of is that that's where creation can happen. That's what creates the possibilities or activates the possibilities of creating what it is we're asking for. So, and mind you, we're not saying that we're experts at this. That's part of why we wanted to play with this, to see what could we create if we actually like played with an adventure this way, you know. So if you can at the very least, because I know many of us are head trippers of magnitude.
Yeah.
And if we can at least have something to distract us from our distraction, would you be willing to play with this tool, these set of questions, just for a couple of days and see what you notice?
Yeah.
So I love these questions. Yeah.
Yeah, it is just playing with the questions. And, you know, I wonder, because I wonder takes me out my head. I love as if by magic on the end, you know, what would it take for this to show up as if by magic? Because it just allows stuff to show up however it is. And there's a question I really want to throw at people, which is, are you willing for what you've asked for not to show up?
Ooh, I like that.
Because if you're so attached to what it is that you're asking for, then your attachment to it and your significance and meaning of it is kind of one of the things that's stopping the energy, it's stopping the magic from happening.
Oh, thank you for bringing that up, because that's exactly where I've been in the stage of my adventure with this exploration. Because for those of you who don't know, my big ask this year is for a new home for Christmas, a new home for Christmas and beyond. And it's really crazy how quickly, I get into, I can so quickly trigger into, okay, it's not happening fast enough, and I need for it to show up, and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, and one of the things I have played with is, am I willing to totally flop on this? Am I willing to totally not be able to find a place? Am I willing to have like nobody want to talk to me? Am I willing to be rejected and, you know, and totally fail at this and have to call the people who own this property that I'm needing to move off of and say, I didn't make it. I didn't make my deadline. What else can we do? Or, you know, am I willing to not ever have what it is I'm asking for? And it totally changes what becomes possible just by the willingness of me to let go of my investment on getting it. Yeah.
Because often it's not until later on that we look back and we realize that the thing that did show up is the very thing that we were asking for, but it was so different. And, you know, and everything is the opposite of what it appears to be, and nothing is the opposite of what it appears to be. Another one of the tools of access consciousness. And so often things are just so very different, you know, as they show up, they're just so very nothing. And I can't remember who said this actually. I read it years ago, and it was, nothing ever shows up the way you think it will.
Yeah.
Never.
Yeah.
And if you stop thinking it and just allow it to show up and get the energy, you know, we've talked about this before, get perceive the energy of what it is that you want to create, because it's the energy that that's what I really want, kind of really get now. It's like, it's not the thing that you're asking for, it's the energy of the thing.
And maybe that's a perfect question to put in this stage of the game, of the process, game, adventure, is what are you willing to play with what you think it would be like to have that thing you're asking for?
Yeah.
Like, I know that I have all kinds of very sentimental things connected to my expectation of home and what a home is and what it's supposed to be and what I want it to be, that might have nothing to do with the actual process of getting relocated, you know, because those aren't necessarily particulars that, what is that energy? It's what I'm wanting or what I'm concluding is not actually, it is actually creating a stoppage of the energy of creation. So, I don't know if I'm saying that very well.
I think you absolutely are, because it's like, what is the energy of what it is that I would like?
Exactly.
And it might be a culmination of energy. So this is one of the tools we're going to be talking about, kind of pulling the energy into, if you imagine just for a moment this ball of energy in front of you, just pure energy. What's the energy of the things that you would actually really like to have? And, for your home, Keisha, it could be safety, comfort, luxury, space, quietness, ease. There's the whatever that is, and for me, I was thinking about the whole kind of the spa thing. It's like the nurturing of my body, the touch on my body, the warmth, the comfort, the joy, just the play of being somewhere where someone is looking after my body and nurturing my body. Okay, so you're kind of pulling those energies into this creation ball that you have in front of you. You're just pulling that from all over the universe, and you allow that energy, once you get a feel, and you will perceive what that kind of yummy energy is. Mm-hmm. And then you can go, right, anything that matches that energy, I can choose it. It might be to go for a walk. It might be to call someone. It might be to write something on Facebook. It might be just to sit and read a book. It might be to go to bed. It might be to pick up the phone.
Yeah.
It could be to go and buy a lottery ticket. It could be any of those things. When something matches that energy of this ball that you have in front of you, that's what you follow, and then allow it to show up for you, however is the easiest way for the universe to actualize that, to create it for you and with you.
Yeah. And I have this something that it's like, I want to invite us all to step into that ball and immerse ourselves in that energy. And then ask, the word infusion is coming up, like infuse your cells, your tissues, all of you with that energy. And I get a sense that like, would that be something that opens you up even more, like that allows you to really start to perceive, recognize, choose, identify, be aware of the energies that do match what it is we're asking for? Because the energy may match, but as Alun said, the task or the thing you're being offered to choose may look nothing like, like take a nap. What? Go make spaghetti. Huh? Call this person you haven't talked to in 15 years. Really? Go look them up on Facebook. Go do a search on Google. Go cut the grass. It's like, it doesn't, the energies might match, but the task may look completely foreign. And that's this phase now that we're going to play with. That's for today's video. Beginning to enter the phase that you're starting to, like, you're being in relationship with your creation before it shows up. So this is where we begin to pull and tug and seduce and entice and attract. And even though we have no idea how it's going to show up, because as Alun was saying, the popular phrase, it never shows up the way you think it will.
Yep.
And it simply can't. That's part of what I love about creation. It can't show up in the way that we think it will. Because any of the things that we think, we've already put that, in a sense, we've put a restriction on it.
Yeah.
And so
nothing that doesn't match that can show up. Yeah.
Exactly. So that's where we're talking about the energy that matches versus looking at the specific task or the object that you're being shown to play with. And this is a tricky bit, because for a lot of people, we want to ask for what we want and then we want to check out and do this sort of passive receiving. And that works for some things. And what if we could be actively, passively receiving? A little bit of a mind twirl.
Say what? Actively, passively?
So you're actively involved, you're staying present with the process, and you're staying out of the way of the universe, but you're still contributing you're still being a part of the creation of what you desire. And you are receiving all of what that involves and entails. So, and I know we're coming to a little bit of a linear time thing here. So this really, like, this is a big thing. It's easy to say, and it's another thing to do. So the 2 points we've given you for this video, the PDF with the list of questions and beginning to play with pulling the energy. And I guess in our next video, let's play with more of the pulling energy. Because that's a, that's a big thing.
And it can be fun. It can feel really good when you're pulling the energy of what it is you would like your life to be like. Yeah.
And hey, if your creation, if the thing you asked for shows up tomorrow, awesome!
Yeah. And now it's something else.
Ask for something else, exactly.
How greedy are you willing to be, people? I wonder.
And what if you're just that freaking fast a creator? Would you maybe begin to acknowledge that? Yeah.
Because we had no point of view about how quickly things could show up. How quickly could
Oh my gosh. Oh yeah, I would love to see posts like that on the event page. And please do share your feedback with us on the event page. We'd love to know what you're asking for. We'd love to know, if you have a question, if you would like for those of us who are playing to contribute questions to you, if you feel stuck, if you feel a little bit, we're happy to do that. And so it's not about any of us telling each other what we should want or how we should want what we want or how we should get what we want. It's really about, we're all in this together. We're all playing with just how much fun can we have asking and receiving. And I wonder
how much fun can you have receiving today? I wonder.
Thank you, my beautiful friend Alan, and thank you everybody for playing.
See you all soon. Yay! Bye for now. Bye-bye.